Are we recording?
Yeah.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we are recording.
Are we?
You gotta look at the microphone. You can't do it.
No, I gotta look at our audio levels.
No, you can't do the mic test and not look at the mic.
What am I gonna do? Look at you? Oh, wait! Hey, everybody! Welcome to Spiritual Successor. Man, AJ, I gotta break it to you. Our audio levels look a little.
Yeah,
bit,
this looks horrible.
Look
actually.
a little. Let's turn down the gain just a little bit. Let's turn down the gain a little bit. Testing 1, 2, and 3. Testing 1, 2, and 3. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Successor. You may notice a slight dip in
quality. I'm hoping not too bad of a dip in quality, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna be a bad dip.
So, we have a special little E3 surprise for the first time in. What's it been, AJ?
A year and a half at least. It's been at least 15 months.
For the first time in 15 months, I get to look into AJ's beautiful green eyes while we fucking record the podcast? We're in person again? Holy fucking shit, what?
This feels so good. It also feels really bizarre, though. Like, I've gotten used to being able to look at anything I want in my room.
I'm able to look at, like, horny fate pictures while...
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to say that, huh?
No, you weren't. But I am allowed to do that. I can do whatever I want when we record the podcast normally. Now that you're here, I do have to look at you.
Yeah. Is it inspirational? Is it good? Is it fun? Is it nice? Hey, that was my phone. Sorry. Shit.
We are on a worse microphone today because we needed to jump back to the Yeti to make room for us recording on one microphone because Blake didn't bring any of his mic stuff because he had to come down to Oregon on a very short notice. But we're here. We're recording in person for the first time, and it feels really good. Blake came down to Oregon for a fun little surprise birthday. It wasn't a surprise birthday. Blake came down for a party with one of our friends, and it was just a blast having a bunch of people in town.
Dude, after this whole time of COVID, it was so nice to just act. All these people I met digitally, online, just playing games, playing Among Us, playing freaking Dead by Daylight, and now I got to physically meet all of those people and got heavily intoxicated with all of those people and then just slept in a big old fucking pile and just, it's so good. It's so good. But, you know what, AJ, it's E3 week.
It is E3 week, and we do have a couple press conferences from E3 that we still need to talk about. Which ones do you want to focus on? Because I only remember Capcom and Nintendo.
So I did watch a little bit of the Nintendo thing, and I gotta say, not surprised. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is going on.
Yeah.
My favorite fucked up part about that, they announced they've up to 50% off on all of our on a lot of our hit titles. Fucking Breath of the Wild, they got $10 off. I'm like, fuck you, Nintendo, you're pieces of shit.
Big deals, baby, $10 off.
But we did get fucking a new Mario Party's coming out that has a bunch of the Nintendo 64 levels on it.
Yes, bringing back those old school mini games.
Fucking excited, and also, all of Danganronpa is finally coming to the Switch, which awesome, great, I love that. I did spend $60 for an import so I can play it on my PS Vita, and honestly, my PS Vita is completely useless now. What am I gonna play? Persona 4 Golden?
You could play Ratchet and Clank.
Can you play Ratchet and Clank on a PS Vita?
I'm sure there's a PS Vita Ratchet and Clank game. I don't know if it's any good, but it's out there.
There's
you could also, I'm sure there's a bunch of horny visual novels for you to play.
Fuck.
I'm sure that, I heard a rumor that people that work at GameStop, if you can ask them about PS Vitas, they'll tell you that they were just little portable porn machines. They were just loaded up with pornography.
Really?
Yeah.
Not that I searched for it, but on the store, I didn't see anything. I saw Sakura, but
you can find Sakura. Not looking?
You
maybe?
can find Sakura on the Switch. Why play it on a Vita when you can play it on a Switch? You know.
Then you get the touch screen.
Weird question: are all Sakura games horny?
Probably. You mean Sakura Trick and nope, not Sakura Trick, Sakura.
There's the fighting Sakura games. There's the visual
Sakura Wars.
Sakura Wars. I have only ever known that as is that as a semi-horny game, but not?
I think it's a horny game franchise. I think it's just a horny visual novel game franchise. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
The other incredible big news that we got to see out of the Nintendo screener was that we got a new Wario game on the way, baby.
Oh shit, we do have another WarioWare game on the way. Oh, I'm so excited. Do you think it's going to take a lot of the classic games? Because I feel that's not.
It's going to be brand new games built from the ground up because they can all be 2-player.
How is that different from a Mario Party?
It's Wario. What do you mean, how's it different? It's Wario.
I don't know. Like,
and it has all of Wario's cool friends, like the dude with the onion head, and the dude with the long sideways head that looks like Stewie Griffin, and the dude with the cool yellow helmet, and the chick with the pink hair, and the chick with the purple hair.
Oh my god, I was just about to mention those two. I was like, weren't there like 2 girls from WarioWare, and I may or may not have had a crush on them?
I mean this in the nicest way possible. WarioWare's cast of characters is just a bunch of Jet Set Radio rejects. And I mean this in the most endearing way humanly imaginable. I love that about them. The other big press conference we got to see was Capcom, who came out and said, check this out, the PvP version, the PvP game that you got with Resident Evil 8 that nobody's going to play, still on the way. It's not ready yet.
Wait, there's going to be a PvP aspect to it?
Yeah, there's a PvP game, not aspect of Resident Evil 8, but a PvP game that you will get because you own Resi 8.
Okay, so
you know how like
it's a separate game?
It's a separate game. It's like a standalone game, but you got it because you bought Resident Evil 8. They did the same thing with Resi 2 remakes. With Resi 2
and then there's
remake,
they did multiplayer?
Yeah. So it was Resi 3. Resi 3, when Resi 3 dropped, they also dropped a 4v1 asymmetrical zombie game.
Okay, that I get.
You got that game attached to Resident Evil 3.
And now they're gonna do like a combat like PvP
Yes,
game?
some people play as monsters, some people play as humans.
Oh, okay. I thought
I think it's all humans, and then if you get like a kill count or something, you get to transform into a big spooky monster, and then you run around.
Strange, because I thought it was gonna be along the lines of like it was like PV, like player versus like people versus people.
It is.
I was just like,
it is people versus people. I will play as Chris Redfield. You will play as Leon Kennedy. I will shoot you 4 times, and then I will digivolve into. Digivolve into
Mr. X.
Yeah, and then I get to run around the map as Mr. X and kill as many people as I can. This is the thing, and it is not out yet, but it will be out soon. And if you own Resi 8, you get it to have it for free.
Isn't Mr. X the one that is constantly like evolving into a bigger and bigger monster?
No, Mr. X is the one with the fun hat. The one you're thinking of that
is that Nemesis?
The one that you're thinking of that like started off as just a big scary guy, and then had a rocket launcher attached to his arm, and then had like a laser in his face.
Then he became.
That's Nemesis.
That is just digi-evolving, huh?
Nemesis does digi-evolve through games. Yes, that's true. Unless he died, and you and I are imagining like, because I feel like he was in multiple games because he was in Resi 6 because Wesker's son was able to box him. Was that not Nemesis?
Do I look like I don't know anything about Resident Evil past 5? And like I feel like 5 is like a weird cutoff point because everything past that it became like actually no because Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Biohazard are like went back to the OG stuff where it's like person in a locked off situation surviving.
Yeah.
But 6 was like a character action game where people were blowing up shit.
6 fucking rules.
Like Leon F. Kennedy crashes not 1, not 2, but 3 helicopters over the course of the game and survives all of them somehow.
And that's only 1/3 of the game because there's 2 other characters that have to go on their own wicked adventures.
Does each chapter with Leon F. Kennedy just end with him crashing a helicopter?
Yeah, of course.
Because that's actually pretty fucking pretty over the top and awesome.
Dude, Resi 6 is so over the top. But Capcom, they talked about Resi.
Yeah.
They talked about they talked about Monster Hunter, and then they left.
Oh, that's right, Monster Hunter Stories. Wasn't it like incredibly underwhelming?
I did not like the original Monster Hunter Stories because it was just like a rock paper scissors RPG.
That doesn't sound very fun.
But this new one looks like it could have a little bit more game mechanics to it. They have a demo that drops in a week and a half that I'm going to be hopping into.
What do you do like Monster Hunter? Okay, so Monster Hunter Stories.
It's like Pokemon. It's turn-based game where you get you kidnap monster eggs. You take them back to your home. You hatch it. The lizard looks at you, thinks you're its mom. You call it a Monstie. You give it a nickname, and you ride around on it, and you take it into war.
Cute, adorable. Also kind of fucked up.
It is kind of weird that you do kidnap the eggs and then raise it as your own.
Well, I mean, like, let's look at it this way. Like,
I guess that's what we do with all pets, though, isn't it?
I mean, like, in Monster Hunter, you're literally killing animals and taking their skin and wearing it as
kidnapping them is better. You do still skin them and kill them and wear them as pants, but also you have a baby with you that's your cool friend.
All right, that's fucked up. All right, so was there any other E3 news that was like, no memes this year? No fucking, like, I didn't see anything that was like...
Because everything was, like, probably, like, ironed out, right? And, like, if they wanted to make a funny meme, they would have had to, like, plan ahead, right? And you can't just,
plant it?
Yeah, and you can't fucking plant stuff like, my body is ready, or you're amazing. Like, plants like that don't work.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was, like... Do you think there was, like, some studio heads or something leading the E3 event that was, like, very vocal to those people of, like, hey, don't pull that shit?
Someone at E3 was like, how's it going? I'm the no fun police.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any funny business. No jokes, no japes.
I don't know. Like,
no chuckles.
Look, here's the thing. I'm thinking a lot of the people that run E3 or run, like, any sort of big business are older. So I'm wondering if the people that, like, those older people don't understand what a meme is. So they might assume that it's like, oh, somebody made a meme of it, so it automatically means we're being laughed at and our thing is dumb. So I'm wondering if some old fart was like, no. We need to be business only.
We do have a meme.
What was the meme?
Kazuya dropping things off of a cliff. That's the other big...
Oh, that's... Okay, that is... Well, okay,
that is the other big piece of video game news that we need to announce is that Kazuya from Tekken is in Smash, and we're all super excited because all of us mained Kazuya because all of us are the coolest, most handsome people in the rooms.
What are you talking
and we
about?
main Kazuya because he fucking rules.
God, no. Ryu's all the way, man. Ryu or Ken?
Ryu's not in Tekken!
Tekken versus Street Fighter, bro.
If we're playing Tekken versus Street Fighter, I'm maining... No. If we're playing Tekken versus Street Fighter, I'm gonna fucking main Pac-Man. But we're not playing Tekken versus
Pac-Man?
Street Fighter.
Pac-Man was in that?
Yeah, and Mega Man.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that at all. Mega Man was not in that game. I don't know who the fuck that was. But that was not Mega Man. They did him dirty. Which is so... I can get riled up about that. Mega Man gave them fucking 8 quality goddamn games, and they were like... Yeah, let's put him in our game, but we're gonna make him look like a fucking, like, we're gonna make him look like all grown up and like a loser. And I'm like, bro, you made so much fucking money off that dude. Why you gotta be a dick?
You know what that outfit was based off of, right?
No.
It's the cover art for Mega Man 2.
Oh, that's right, because the cover art on it was like, that doesn't look like Mega Man.
Yeah, I think it was Mega Man 2 that has that guy.
Yeah, you're right. I do remember that. It was either Mega Man 1 or Mega Man 2 where they show
it's just a dude. Yeah,
it's just like it's just a dude, like a yoked dude that doesn't look like a kid.
Yeah,
which is so funny because in every game they kind of elaborate that Mega Man is like a 14-year-old boyo.
I think that Mega Man, even if he was a full-grown man, he would still look boyish. I feel like
he looks like
he's got Tom Holland
disease.
He looks
like Baki from fucking Baki Grappler.
Yeah, Baki from Baki. I think that no matter what happens, I think Mega Man Mega Man has like a Tom Holland shape. There's nothing in my brain that doesn't think that. He's just got baby face forever.
Tom Holland and video games. How do you feel about him being Nathan Drake in the Uncharted stuff?
We're never gonna get that movie, but if we ever do, I'm sure it'll be fine.
We're never gonna get that movie.
Because hasn't that movie been in like development hell for like a decade?
I mean, it's been in development hell, but they have like set pictures, so that leads me to believe that they're filming.
No, I'm gonna say it. They're gonna redo the director 2 more times before we see it. I feel like this movie was announced, and Tom Holland was locked for that when he was like 16, and now he's like 32.
Bro, this happened. This was like announced last year.
No, but it was announced way before last year.
No, the announcement, like the set images were like last year.
Okay, set images last year I'll give you, but the movie's been in development for a long time.
Ever since the first one took off, and like their whole PlayStation's whole ad campaign was like, where it was like the couple sitting on the couch and it's like, oh, when are we gonna finish watching that movie? Like, it's so cinematic. Yeah. Which in hindsight is like, that's kind of bad for a game. Because like,
it depends on who you ask, because you and I might think that, but if you ask, hold on,
like a visual
joke pending. Fuck, who's the guy that made Last of Us?
If you ask,
who's the guy that made
if you ask
Last
the guy from Naughty Dog. There you go.
Yeah, the Naughty Dog man.
It's something like, I believe it's like Alexander something.
Anyway, if you ask that guy whether or not video games should be movies, he'd be like, yeah, they should be.
Why don't you make a movie? Because I don't wanna.
Not enough control. Anyway, Blake Ray, this isn't what we do. We don't sit around and make judgments on video game directors.
We make judgments on video game design.
We do make judgments on video game design. We don't talk about E3 normally. That's a little bit of a special.
A little bit of a thing. All right, so
what we do here is we take horrible video game ideas from our lovely audience from all over the internet, and we turn those into the next AAA titles. I'm your host, AJ Hart.
And I'm your other host, Blake Ray. This is a little bit late to do that intro, but we're going to go right into it. This one comes to us on Twitter from McBuzzer, at McBuzzer. Exercising Exorcist. Burn those calories as you send those demons to burn in hell. So, this is part 2 to our panel, and I know we're not Nintendo, but we are launching some games for the Nintendo peripherals. AJ, Ring Fit Adventure's dead. Nobody plays Ring Fit Adventure anymore. Everybody got on that train at the beginning of COVID and beginning of quarantine.
Yeah, that was 15 months ago.
We've all sold out.
We've all played enough Ring Fit Adventure that we're all super buff and super jacked, and we've outgrown Ring Fit Adventure. We need something harder.
See, and that tells me, because like I don't know if you keep up with this, but there's actually people that dedicate their channel to modding the Ring Fit Adventure so it could play other games. And there's this one streamer who did all of the Dark Souls games with the Ring Fit Adventure.
That rules.
And it was great because anytime he squats, he takes a shot of Estus Flask. So like, and just like watching his streams, the dude's fucking sweaty. So I'm picturing if we can come up with, has there ever been a horror exercise game? So, like, when you and I play Phasmophobia, and you're fucking scared shitless, you run out of the house.
I've never been scared in Phasmophobia.
Bullshit.
I'm brave.
Bro, I once went to a fucking haunted house with you, and you had to hold onto the back of my jacket like a little brother because you were so fucking scared.
Okay, haunted houses are different.
What do you think Phasmophobia is? It's haunted houses.
Never been scared of video. Could you imagine being afraid of a video game? Cringe. The second I'm in a real environment where I could be stricken with an axe, I'm out. Fuck that. I'm dodging and weaving. I'm hiding behind my homies. They're going to get hit with the axe first.
So, I'm wondering if... So, going off of that energy, because obviously when you run out of Phasmophobia, that you run out of the house when you're scared.
Yeah.
If you had to physically do that... Like, if you like, when you want to run, you actually had to run this Ring Fit Adventure. So, I'm wondering... Okay, so we have to exorcise demons. What that leads me to believe is...
We're exorcising the exorcists.
Yes. Exercising the exorcists?
Yeah, we're getting the exorcists super yoked and ready so that they can go hunt down.
Oh, so...
Unless you want to be really buff and strong and powerful exorcists that can kill ghosts with our bare hands.
I was thinking it was like, this feels like a world like Blue Exorcist, where it's like a school dedicated...
Please, Blexorcist.
Who calls it that?
Me.
That's nobody!
And more importantly, now you. Blexorcist.
Okay, so when in Blue Exorcist, the whole concept,
one more time.
No, the whole concept of that is you are the main character is part demon, but we're gonna leave that part out.
He goes to exorcising school where he learns how to use cool magic to kill ghosts,
to kill demons. So I'm wondering if this could be something like that, where you're going to some sort of. You are part of this organization, or like you are in this school, and you have to do all of the lessons are exercise based, obviously.
Yes.
So you do a lesson, and then you go do field training. So it's like you have your Professor Snape. It's just Snape, who is very old but still like just fucking jacked out of his mind. And
now, would this game take the? See, I'm immediately envisioning something akin to Fire Emblem Three Houses. There was 2 cycles of the game. There was fun schoolwork, and then there was action stuff where you were playing the strategy game. Are you proposing a game where you go in, you spend your time at the school working out, grinding, doing all of your fun little Ring Fit Adventure exercises?
Yeah, and then you go slice of lifey shit,
and then you go to exercise things. So it is part Ring Fit Adventure, part school simulator, part Phasmophobia, but you have to punch and kick.
Do you remember? God, actually, this is gonna fucking date me. What ninja game was it that you could? It was a Naruto game, but like as the game went on, you can take on harder and harder missions, like shinobi missions.
Was it the one where you had a sword?
I don't remember. I remember playing some Naruto game, but it was like, as you trained and stuff, or as you did lower level missions, you had access to higher level missions.
Yeah, so there was like one action adventure. There were a couple action adventure Naruto games. There was one that was really dope. I want to say it was called Path to Shinobi.
I think that might be the one I played.
And then there's one where he has a sword, and I don't remember the name of that one.
It wasn't the sword. I think it was Path to Shinobi, because I remember playing as Naruto and then like getting all the cool fucking combo stuff and like shadow clones.
Player 2 got to play as guest characters.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. So, but what I'm suggesting here is you have to do this sort of maybe this is like a combination of Phasmophobia and like a Persona game. So you have your character who is going to this exercising school, which actually might be pretty like this like feels very Fire Force-y, Soul Eater kind of energy here. So you have to go to the school and you can choose what classes to go to. Just like in Persona, be like, hey, do you want to study right now? And you can increase your intelligence level, and that gives you access to different things down the line.
Okay.
So, and that's a really common thing with visual novels. Like, you can choose, like, oh, do you want to go hang out with this person, or do you want to stay here study? And then, obviously, that can affect different endings or different access to abilities or whatever. And then during the day, that's what you're doing. And then at the end of the day, you're sent on some mission by the school. Mm-hmm. So that way you have this little list of things like, all right, we're going to put you on a bunch of like D-ranked ghost hunting stuff or exercising things. You got to go there. And then it becomes like this Phasmophobia game where you actually like use what you learned that day, or maybe...
You want Phasmophobia with motion controls, right?
I want Phasmophobia with motion controls and
Joy-Con jog controls.
Yeah.
Because you have to jog everywhere that you want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested. Let's put a pin in this, because I feel like if we understand that the B side is mostly just Phasmophobia, except with Joy-Con controls, it sounds like the game to work out is on the school side.
We'll need to,
let's put a pin in it and we'll double back.
Okay. Because I do think
maybe.
I feel very strongly about that one.
Might I propose a game from Mop, probably Callum Philpott, at Marvelous Mop. An Ace Attorney Jackbox party game where you have to come up with defenses for your client, no matter how bad the evidence seems. Things like made a post-it note with clean murder house on it and covered in the victim's blood. Now, I am interested in most of this submission. The thing I'm really interested in, though, and the part of where I love Jackbox the most is when it becomes more personal than it does than the game prompts. And what I do want to propose is the idea of a Jackbox game where you must hold court in defense of your friends, but somebody gets to submit an actual accusation on your friend. So you go in and you say, Blake Rhea, you are on trial for sleeping in jeans. The defense will be me. The prosecution will be our friend Andrew. And our judge will be our friend Lucy. And we have to actually sit there and, my cousin Vinny our way through this as we decide. Maybe my cousin Vinny is a bad thing, because how familiar are you with the hit MTV show Guy Court?
That sounds like not fun.
It was the sequel to the hit MTV show Guy Code, where they brought in a bunch of comedians to talk about machismo things like, how's it going? We're dudes, and here's our bar tips. And it sucked shit until one guy walked in and he said, how's it going? I'm a big buff man and I like fruity drinks. And I was like, cool, that's nice. And then he was like, when I go to bars, I have my girlfriend order the tasty stuff and I order a beer and then we swap. And I'm like, shit, dog, just order the tasty thing. Just order the good one.
That's just your best feeling to be so fragile you couldn't enjoy a fucking delicious Mai Tai or a pina colada.
Anyway, after the show Guy Code, we would then go to Guy Court, where people would be put on trial for things.
So are you saying we lean hardcore into all of the prompts are fucking just... Actually,
the prompts are submitted. When Andrew, the prosecution... Andrew was told, you are prosecution. And Andrew wrote in, here's my target. Here's what I'm blasting them for. And then we hold court. I have to defend you, my defendant.
See, there has to be... I think this game... I like where that starts. So it's like you have this group of friends, like let's say there's 4 people on the couch or 5 people on the couch playing this game.
And then the rest of the people that aren't selected, they're the jury, so that we have our Jackbox system.
They're the jury, but I want to throw another thing at you. So after the opening argument, it goes to a little break. Everybody who's in the jury can draw up their own evidence or their own like things to add on to the joke. So it'll be like because everybody like, even though it doesn't work this way in real court, because I guess it's illegal to present evidence mid conversation,
but we can.
So it's like there's like in every fucking courtroom movie, it's like I found one piece of defining evidence that's gonna shift the tide here, and then like so the people in the jury can present evidence, then the defense or the prosecutor can use that to add shit that they can do for.
I think here's how it works a little bit better. Rather than the jury present the evidence, because I feel like they could skew the way that the game goes, the defense and the prosecution each get to submit evidence. The jury can then decide whether or not this is falsified evidence, right? So, like, the prosecution might, like, submit, like, we know you sleep in jeans.
You're really gonna just put me out.
What would you prefer to be blasted for, Blake Rea?
All right, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, look. I can get in the bag and, like, drive something worse.
Everything else is a little bit...
Like, what do you want to get blasted for? Blake Rea likes horny things on Twitter too much. Like, we can do that one.
I mean, everybody knows that one already. I mean, there's no defending that one. Okay, so, Blake, I like sleeping in jeans. So that is the core... What is going...
Perhaps the accusation is a statement, and then later on the prosecution gets to submit the evidence, and like prosecution's claim is Blake Rea sleeps like a monster, and then phase 2, evidence, I would submit as the prosecutor sleeps in jeans, and somebody would present as evidence. What's a good sleeping habit? You got a pillow wrapped around, like you hold onto a pillow when you sleep. That's good sleeping habits. Nobody that sleeps while holding a pillow is a bad person. That's just the reality of it.
So, okay.
The jury then gets to decide whether one of those pieces of evidence is true or false, like fake or real.
Yeah, that becomes a little bit weird because the evidence is like, I don't necessarily know.
The judge gets to decide whether or not the evidence stands.
Yeah. How about this? I just want to throw another curveball at you. I'm wondering, because does Jackbox have like a dare game? Or like something that makes you have to do stuff in like deal with
God, I hope not.
So I'm wondering if you could do a thing where at the beginning of this, where it is picked like, hey, this is the thing you're going to be arguing about. This is what the person's defending, and then this is what's on the line if you lose this court case.
You're proposing Jackbox with a punishment game.
Jackbox with a punishment game, so it'll be like, your thing is, hey, this is where it can get really saucy pretty fast.
Yeah, attack me.
So,
I'm on trial for what?
No, you're on, let's just keep with the pants thing, keep it simple. So,
the claim is that you sleep like a monster, you sleep with pants, it's the evidence I've supported.
Yes, so if I lose this case, I have to take off my pants for the rest of this Jackbox game.
Now,
that's where it gets saucy.
Who gets to decide the punishment? Is that the judge?
I think the judge gets to declare that. I think either the judge or the prosecutor. Because the prosecutor has something to fight for that they know they want. So, and then your life is in the hands of the judge. Because here's the thing.
What does the defendant get?
The defendant?
Or does the defendant have to... do we do the Ace Attorney situation and the defendant suffers the same punishment as the defendant?
Yeah, it's for damages. You're sued for... like that sued for damages
in
or whatever.
Ace Attorney, the way it works is if somebody is found guilty, they are killed, and so is their defense attorney.
Wait, that's the thing that happens in Ace Attorney?
That's my understanding, yes.
That's the thing that happens in Ace Attorney?
Because they live in kangaroo court where they only get 3 days to run a court case. And I believe that if they're both found guilty, they both die. Anyway, what I think we will do is if it has been decided that Blake Rea, if found guilty, will have to remove their pants, your lawyer must also remove the pants.
Okay, so now it's a team-based thing? Where
yes, it's always team-based. I'm their defense attorney, Blake.
No, I would not want to have you as my defense attorney.
Rude.
I love
Hurtful.
AJ. And AJ, I don't know if you know the legal system all too well.
Motherfucker, I watched Legally Blonde and My Cousin Vinny back to back. You are not going to find somebody that knows more about the courtroom than me.
You know nobody who's more qualified than I. Jesus. Okay, so we got a Jackbox game. All right, I think that's a game.
Why don't you hit me with another submission?
I'm gonna hit you with another one. All right, this one comes to us on Reddit from Chromanti. Play as a malevolent artifact. Evil overlords want you. Archaeologists want to lock you away forever. Plucky bands of heroes want to toss you into a volcano and unmake you. Your job is to subtly, parentheses, and as you grow in power, not so subtly, manipulate those people and factions to achieve your true purpose. Immediately, I'm getting Plague Inc. vibes from this.
So this reminds me of a game called Yes, Your Grace.
Oh, okay.
So Yes, Your Grace is a game where you play as a king and the entire gameplay loop is just choices. You are the king, people will come to you with a concern or a problem, and you will make a verdict on them. You know the opening scene? Well, not the opening scene, but one of the early scenes in the hit movie Emperor's New Groove?
Yeah.
When our good boy...
Yeah, he's like stamping stuff or like rejecting people.
Yeah, not that part, but he has the big throne he's supposed to sit on where people complain and say like, hey, I got no food, and he says, that sucks. I'm trying to disco over here.
That sucks. I got food.
Yeah. It's that as a game. Do we want to pursue something like that for this?
Isn't that just kind of a Papers, Please thing? And also...
Papers, Please is a little bit more chaotic about, like, you have all these things on your table that you have to manage. Yes, Your Grace really is just a option A, option B game, and you watch what happens to the kingdom as you continue to make choices.
I don't necessarily know if I want to go that route, because how does an artifact make those decisions?
With your thrall?
Well, I think it's more along the lines of you are an artifact that is subtly like... It's like Cult Simulator. You ever play that game?
Nope.
Basically, the whole part of it is just like it's just a deck game where you basically unlock like little things that help grow your cult.
Okay.
And depending on how you build it, it like dictates what gods you worship and all that other shit.
So is this a deck building game?
So that's what I was leaning towards. So it's like you can pick your artifact, which has like, let's say,
Sword, Scepter, Crown. Those are the 3 artifacts.
I'm wondering if you could do... if there's like different artifacts have different like rules to them of like, hey, these line of artifacts are like the artifacts from Shaolin Showdown. So like one artifact instigates people fighting for them, for control of them.
Okay.
Then another one is like very much like the Ark of the Covenant. It's just something that if anybody views it, the more people die. So your whole goal is trying to organize an event where the most amount of people see it and are people fighting for it or something like that.
Well, I think what would be a little bit better is it's the idea, if you have sword, then you have people will constantly be fighting over you as the thrall. If you take scepter, you have people constantly pursuing you. And that has its own mechanics about like, drive. The factions that exist will be attempting to build assets to come towards you rather than just rushing at you. And then we would have crown, and I don't know what that third gameplay loop would look like. I'll be honest, Blake.
Yeah.
I've never played a deck building game. I am outside of my breath.
What are you talking about? You played Magic the Gathering. That's a deck building
game.
Yeah,
but that's different than like a Slay the Spire type game. You know what I mean?
You should play Arkham Horror the card game. It's pretty cheap to get into.
Okay.
You can buy like the base kit and a couple of things for like $30. It's not too bad.
What are you imagining this game? And then you throw me out some ideas and I'll try to jump on.
I think it is just one of those things that you can play kind of maybe by yourself, where it's like you kind of pick your artifact at the beginning, and each artifact has like different abilities that do whatever. So like some artifacts are really, really good at getting a populace underneath you, like maybe worshiping you, thinking there's something about you as the artifact that's really special. Others are like anybody who sees it fights over it. So it could be that you don't necessarily get a lot of people, but like anybody wielding you is very strong and can lead an army or command a certain group or something like that. But my main issue here is, you and I are talking about this game, and it sounds very it sounds very drama. Does it have stank on it? Does it have something that is weird?
No.
Do we have digital asset artifacts yet? Do we have things that people on the internet can fight for yet?
Like an NFT?
Like an NFT. Do you think we can... You know what's so funny about us being in person now? I can see when your eyes go like, that was dumb.
Yeah, there really is a visual language that we can perform to each other, huh?
So I don't know. I'm just trying to throw things around because, like, I think this is a fun idea, but if it doesn't have stank, I'd rather just move on to something else.
I don't know if this has stank. Let's put a pin in it and move on to our next game.
Okay.
This comes from Lord Owen III, 16 days ago, a game where you're the last Uber Eats guy in a huge city and have to find better routes and different methods of dropping off food to different parts of town. Blake Rea, this isn't so much of a submission that I want to talk about and create a game for, so much as this is a shout out I need to do. Blake, you were in my tiny itty bitty teeny tiny itty bitty itsy bitsy teeny weeny little polka dot town.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's minuscule, yes?
Yeah.
I've expressed to you that if you had nothing but a one wheel, you could conquer this place, corner to corner, ride it all around.
Yes.
We have how many fast food establishments in this place?
Do I look like I counted?
4.
Bro, really only 4?
Well, if you count Subway twice, 5, but there's the Taco Bell. There's the Taco Bell. There's the McDonald's. There's the Victoricos. There's the Subway. And there's the second Subway.
Does your Walmart have a McDonald's in it?
No, the Walmart has a second Subway in it.
A Walmart with a Subway in it?
Yeah, hey, you know what? We'll hit that on the way out of town here in like 20 minutes when I take you out of this place, because you need to get back to LA stat.
Yeah, we're literally recording this right before I have to fly out. So,
this is a shout out I need to give for my friend's sister's significant other, who decided on a whim that he's going to operate DoorDash for this tiny podunk town. Blake Ray, there is one person that runs DoorDash in this tiny town, and it is that person. Thank you. You'll never listen to this episode, but you're a real one.
How the fuck is there not DoorDash out here?
You've been around this town. I can walk to what I need.
I mean, I don't know, but like, I feel like DoorDash just taps into a primal thing that us as people, that a lot of people have, is like just not wanting to fucking leave their couch.
You literally tried to fire up Uber yesterday and found nothing. How are you shocked there's no DoorDash?
I don't know. I feel like people need food more than they need to get around, right? Like, I feel like you're not going to need Uber if you could just call the food to you, right? Okay.
Anyway, shouts out to that one guy that runs DoorDash. Thank you very much.
So okay, no, let's turn this into a fucking submission. Let's talk about it. So
you are the one DoorDash person.
You're the one DoorDash person in this town. So that already sets up stakes. You're the one person that everybody relies on. So if you go out of fucking commission, you're donezo.
Okay, here's what it is.
Yeah.
Here's what it is. This is a game. This driving DoorDash racing game will take influence from a single game. Mm-hmm. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent.
I was not all right, you got me. What's up?
We understand that I don't know this cat's name that runs the singular DoorDash in my tiny town, so we're going to call them DoorDash Dan. Now, DoorDash Dan has supply and demand, has cornered the market.
Yeah.
One small problem about DoorDash Dan: all of his money's going through a third party. Mm-hmm. The goal is to stay on DoorDash's good side enough that you get all the cool DoorDash points and money and recommendations. Uh-huh. The secondary goal, and maybe the more important goal, is to get your audience off of DoorDash and onto Dan's cool app.
So you're saying he's doing this to... Oh, interesting. So he's
the only guy out here. He doesn't need to be on DoorDash. Cut capitalist out. So it's Dan's Dash.
So are you saying this is a game where... But I'm trying to understand, because like if you build your own company and your own delivery service, why do you care about pissing off DoorDash?
Because most people won't be ordering on Dan's app. They're gonna order on DoorDash. The game of it
is trying to get
people off of DoorDash and onto Dan's cool app.
Okay, so you're trying to... God, okay, you're onto something here. I think it just needs more. I think it needs more extreme. So basically, the game starts out that way. You're just straight up working for DoorDash, and then on the side you have your own company that you can start being like... You leave like cards or something.
Yes.
So like as you deliver to people, there's like a chance maybe the next time they'll call through your personal service rather than DoorDash. Mm-hmm. So there's like a percentage, like in Far Cry where it's like shows how much territory you control in an area.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if there's like this town basically you see
houses will turn blue when they're on Dan's app.
Yes.
They will be red when they're on DoorDash.
DoorDash fucking hates that.
Yeah.
DoorDash is gonna send people out here to take care. Yeah.
DoorDash will
they're gonna fucking corner the market on this little town. You're gonna see a war erupt in St. Helens, Oregon, AJ.
Over Dan's cool app and DoorDash?
Oh,
okay, so this is a video game that does it. The core system is you are driving around, you are making deliveries, you are finding little passive ways to increase how much... This is Plague Inc. Mm-hmm. You are doing small upgrades to increase how likely people are to use your app instead of DoorDash. Mm-hmm. But the faster you grow, the more likely DoorDash DoorDash is to send in their own drivers to steal more of your things.
I was thinking they're here to bust your knees. I don't think this is like
violence?
Yeah. Oh, violence?
Oh, they're doing like pit maneuvers and stuff. They're like racing you through the streets.
Why fucking beat you in it's capitalism, dude. Why would they beat you fairly?
That's true. They have the money. Like
they have the money to hire a hitman, is all I'm saying.
They see you get an order for 2 potato soft tacos from Taco Bell. Yeah. You go over there, you order it. DoorDash says, if we saw that order, chucklefuck, they also get 2 potato soft tacos. You now race to the delivery site.
Let me pitch you on something, and this is just going to be really weird. What if this was a fucking rogue game? Where you are trying to get to 100%. Your whole goal is to get 100%. But your character, over the course of that, depending on what you do, can make more DoorDash hitmen come to the town. If your character dies, or your car gets totaled or something, that's the end of that run. Okay. And then you spawn in as another person who has the idea of, oh, I want to do my own DoorDash, and then you rename the character.
Yeah, this is a roguelike, like old school roguelikes. Yes. Not roguelike what you and I enjoy playing. Roguelike, as in, you die, you fucking lost 18 hours worth of gameplay. There's no gimmick to protect yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then that way, it just basically, once you get to that 100%, then there you go. Like, then that's the end of the game. Mm-hmm. There is a quantifiable ending to the game, which is something I feel I know I hate about roguelikes. Is there sometimes there doesn't feel like a quantifiable end, or at least an end that is at all like doable without extensive amounts of time investment.
I know. I've put down Hades.
I put down Hades too. I've been debating doing like the God mode thing
just to get credits. Yeah.
But then I'd also be like, man, I'd feel bad. I feel like I wouldn't earn it.
Yeah. Well, if I turned on God mode, I would lose out on giving fun like sauce to all of my friends.
Yeah, you miss out like flirting with Meg. Haven't thought about Meg in a while. Miss that lady. I also miss I miss Duza. She's so adorable and fun. Okay, so I'm thinking, so what is, like, does each run present new problems then?
New runs, it's a randomly generated map for the town. So as you play the game, you yourself are learning shortcuts. There's no GPS in the game. You have to learn your own shortcuts. You have to learn your own jumps. You have to learn your own cool spots.
You also learn where, like, the hazards are. But also hazards kind of change because I think that's just something that happens.
But it is good to know where hazards are or have been, right? Like, you do 1 or 2 deliveries and you notice a pothole,
or there's like, hey, this is actually a dead end or something. And you know what would be kind of cool? Just to, like, add some fucking just awfulness to this. So there's no GPS. You have to actually, you can't drive and look at the map at the same time. So you have to, like, either stop the car or you keep driving but look at the map. So, like, the map covers your screen, but if you want to, like, but the car's still moving. So I'm trying to make this hard to play.
Yeah. I have one presentation for some possible stank, although I feel like it's just kind of cool and not particularly stinky.
I mean, do you want to talk about it?
I do.
Figure out?
So, do you know how in Grand Theft Auto 5, it's LA.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is LA. To the point that, like, if you then go to the Getty, like, you walk around the Getty and you're like, I've been here. I played Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Can we do that with this game? Create the illusion.
St. Helens?
Not that it's St. Helens, but we propose that it's roguelike in that, like, every time it's randomly generated roads. But if it's not randomly generated roads,
it's just a Google image.
It is a road. It is an actual small town that exists in the world that you are going to memorize the layout and town of.
See, that's kind of cool because what you can do is because Google, like, 3D Google Maps exists.
Yeah, Flight Simulator is just like a full scan of our planet or some shit like that.
Yeah, totally. So, like, and I know there are some short films that have actually taken scans of their, like, street or town or whatever and then projected that into a 3D model that shit could interact with. So I'm guessing what you can do is it's the scan every time a world loads in, you just, like, fucking find it's a town underneath, like, how many people live here? Like, under 10,000, right?
Under 10, easy.
So it's like, it's always a town that's, like, under 10,000.
Yes.
So, like, all of the locations of the shit that you're delivering is different. Obviously, I think to add a little bit of complication to it is different foods have different parameters to it. Like, Subway, has a great cure. I mean, like cold Subway sandwiches, you get a much longer delivery time because that shit don't get cold too fast. Pizza, on the other hand, rotisserie chicken, that shit fucking goes cold fast.
Rotisserie chicken's garbage by the time you get it anyway.
What are you talking about?
They take it off the hot thing and then like it's cold immediately. It's got a big hole in the center of it. It's gonna get cold fast. That's just science, baby. I know that it sounds made up because I don't eat meat, but that's science.
Okay. AJ, you ready for the nug?
Yes.
All right, let's do
Nug me.
I think it's our exercise survival horror game.
I also think it's our exercise survival horror game.
So
it's been a grip since we've done a horror game.
Yeah, a little bit.
We're all so powerful and meaty after our time with fucking Ring Fit Adventure and our times with our modded Ring Fit Adventure Dark Souls and our time with our modded Ring Fit Adventure Sekiro.
God, I would love to play Sekiro on a Ring Fit Adventure.
Could you imagine just like swinging the Joy-Con like that whole ring left and right and up and down?
Ooh, doing the combos with it, and then like anytime
I would die so much. That would suck.
So here's the thing, though. I think the thing I want to touch base on with this game is I don't think it can't be a slow-paced horror game because
we are creating
you're running from the monsters.
Sweaty, messy. I want people to be a puddle afterwards. I want them to finish a level and think to themselves, who's Slimer? The ghost I killed or me?
So
in a way, we're all Slimer if you think about it.
Oh my fucking God. So I'm wondering, actually just like a fun little touch on this game. I think you can do... The currency in this game isn't real money. It's just you get in-school currency. You ever have those things before?
Yeah.
Where it's like, where you get, they call them like school coupons or something.
Scoopons. Please.
You can't just, all right, whatever. So you get scoopons.
I can't just what? Because I've done it twice this episode already.
And I've turned it down every single fucking time. Whatever. So.
So you take your scoopons.
And so basically you can only get scoopons by doing missions or by doing little activities or fucking run-of-the-mill shit at your school. So it'd be like, hey, library needs a little bit of organization. Guess what? Actually, no, it can't be stuff like that because it has to be like energy-intensive sort of shit.
It needs to be organized really fast.
It needs to be organized really fast. So you're basically just like, you gotta squat pick up the book and raise it above your head, squeeze it to put it in the thing.
Yeah.
All right, and then you also have to do other stuff. Maybe there's some yard work or whatever. So we're like,
I have an idea. A game like this, it's going to do really good. I love the idea of us taking like our own unique IP, taking some inspirations from Blexorcist and Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Femblem.
But might I propose this idea?
Yeah, what's up?
Everybody loves a good crossover. You know what IP's really hot these days? Because it's getting 2 reboots within like 3 years.
What?
Ghostbusters.
So you want to
welcome to Ghostbuster Academy.
Get juiced Ghostbusters.
And this also lets us sell a new
I know we're in person. You can't do hand things to me. You gotta communicate to the audience.
I'm pantomiming to use.
You mean the pack?
Peripheral. We can sell a new peripheral.
Oh my God.
And that peripheral will
weighted vest.
A weighted vest. A weighted backpack. A backpack that you can put weights in and the game will know how much weight you're putting in there.
God.
So that you can if you have a lot of weight in there, then that's how much gear you can take with you onto the Phasmophobia adventure.
Okay, so that weight represents the gear.
And
so
that's also how we make sure that our players are getting stronger and more powerful. Because they're carrying in more gear.
Okay, that's pretty rad. So it's like if the more stuff you carry, the
more stuff you can carry, the more stuff you can bring into the game.
To make it simple, because they have weighted belts. So like weighted belts that have little pouches on them that you put lead in.
Okay.
So I'm wondering each piece of gear is represented by a piece of lead you put on that belt.
Yes.
So, or like it. Then if it's like you said, we're carrying a tripod or doing some sort of.
If you have to bring the camera, the tripod,
that stuff goes on your back.
Yes.
Or whatever, and that could be like a weighted vest that has stuff on the front of it or the back.
What we've done now is people are always thinking to themselves, well, I want harder and more difficult raid content at the end. Well, of course you can get into the raid content, but you're going to want a backpack, and that's a second peripheral that we sell on the side, baby.
This is going to be so good. And then it has like a little Ghostbuster sticker or some felt.
For that branding.
Yeah, that Ghostbuster branding. Is the Ghostbuster brand still alive? I don't know.
I just told you, it had a remake that flopped really hard like last year.
Yeah.
And it's about to get a remake that has some of the Stranger Things kids in it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, really? You don't know about new Ghostbusters?
No. I'll be honest with you, and this might piss a couple people. I never liked Ghostbusters.
How could you not like Ghostbusters? We're introduced to a hero right off the beginning that's Bill Murray trying to fuck his students. Well, how could you not like Ghostbusters? He says, check this out, students. I'm about to tase this guy. That do something for you?
Yeah,
Bill Murray's character in Ghostbusters is the
fucking
pits.
sleazeball, dude. Yeah. It's insane. Sigourney Weaver was cool, though. I do gotta say, she's just she's possessed by a demon and just like hanging out with her gargoyles on top. She was pretty cool. But everything else, I was like,
Slimer's cool.
I feel the same way about it, like that I do the Goonies. It's like, okay, it was cool at the time, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, this kind of sucks.
It does have one of the best lines in cinema, though.
What is it?
That's a big Twinkie.
That's pretty good. Okay. Are
we on the same page, though? This should be a Ghostbusters
See, I like
game?
that because then we can go into... Some of these can be, like, very scary sort of, like, exorcisms, while others are a lot more kooky.
Yeah, and the kooky one, man, you know Slimer's going to be tough to get. I'm sorry, there's literally, like, 2 ghosts that I know from Ghostbusters, and it's Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I mean, there's the library ghost that was fucking with things. There was the library ghost who was fucking with it.
Yeah, the library ghost, and then, of course, the library ghost again, and then Slimer again.
I mean, didn't some of the
really? I mean, that's kind of the Phasmophobia rhythm, right? Like, it's the same, like, 4 things over and over.
Fucking 4 ghosts.
Until people buy our cool weighted backpack and they put extra stuff in our backpack and they can take on 2 ghosts at once.
That actually would be, like, a cool way to lose weight. I wouldn't mind doing that. Just getting scared shitless.
Like I said,
sweating a bunch.
The problem with all these VR action games is there's just a cap and it's your own flesh and blood. I want a weight suit.
We're just gonna be all like Rock Lee by the end of it. Just fucking yoked legs.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yoked legs, yoked hips.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. All right. So, and you know what's going to be great about that? Our whole college, it's not like a prim proper, like, it's not like an anime school kid college. It's a jazzercise themed college.
It's a jazzercise themed Ghostbuster school.
Every teacher's dressed in like aerobics, like leotards, like that annoying, like loud, like turquoise and pink.
Yes.
You also have like Starcadians Dance with the Dead going on, not Dance with the Dead, Dance or Die thing going on.
Half the school faculty is dressed up like a cool jazzercise thing with the leg warmers and the leotard.
Yes.
Half of them are just like Ghostbusters and they have the shitty jumpsuit.
No.
Oh, okay, no.
No. This is okay, look at it this way.
This is a new Ghostbusters.
This is new Ghostbusters. This is cool Ghostbusters.
Okay.
So this is like they realize that their onesie like their onesie suits not cool to look at anymore.
Okay.
Nobody looks at those suits and thinks like, wow, those guys hunt ghosts. No, you got to show up aerodynamic, leotards, leg warmers. Because guess what? Everybody talks about having a chill down their spine or some walking into a chilled area where ghosts are. That's a thing of the past with your tactical leg warmers.
Tactical leg warmers.
Tactical leg warmers.
It's got little pockets, huh?
Yeah, and then you also have the fucking sweet sweatbands, so none of the sweat gets on your hands, so you don't accidentally drop shit, which is totally possible.
Okay, Blake, we need a name. How much of the Ghostbusters theme do you remember, and is there some sort of weight or workout joke in there? When there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call Ghostbusters?
Uh-huh.
When you're feeling strange, and there's a chill... I don't know the Ghostbusters theme.
All right, so...
Oh, wait, hey, I got it.
Yeah, what's
Ghostbusters Dead Weight.
Ghostbusters Dead Weight. Okay, I could dig that. Or would it be Ghostbusters University? Because this is a school element to it.
Yeah, but that doesn't have like the workout vibes. You know what I mean?
That's true. All right, Ghostbusters Dead Weight.
Ghostbusters Dead Weight.
All right, fuck yeah.
That's a game, baby.
That's it. Hell yeah.
You want to go to Patch Notes?
Let's go to Patch Notes.
I can hold your hand when we go to Patch Notes this time if you'd like.
We're gonna seance it style.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Patch Notes.
Yeah, like both you and I went for the intimate vibe.
We knew.
We're still doing our sweet little t-shirt drive. If you feel like buying a t-shirt or a sticker
or a hat,
and all that profit will be going towards Able Gamers, a charity dedicated to helping out disabled gamers get some sweet controllers or doing community meetups for them. So if you're feeling kind and want to rep some sweet merch, check out our store linked in the description below.
And that's going to be where we leave this show today. As always, our intro and outro is Cheap Shop by Anna Monoguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been your host, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made.